Hi guys, it's me, Rusty 78609, Central Texas, USA. And at one time there was a comment from a lady that lived in the Northeast. She said I talk so slow she had to speed it up so she could understand me. Well, that's the way that is. But anyway, Rusty, me, TC here, that's an it. And this is, I don't know what it is. It's red, red on the head. It was a gift from a subscriber. Why they did that, I don't know, but it's there, and there's red. He always looks like he's drunk to me, but be that as it may. Why are they here? Good question. For you new guys, I tried a pet. I'm 71 years old. I full-time RV'd for 23 years. Now I go camping in a Toyota Prius, and I thought that I would add a presence to my life here a few weeks or months ago. Few weeks, I guess. And I got a dog, a pet, a little puppy. Didn't work out. A little bit too much of a present, so to speak. So now I got this TC Trenton Clump, just a stuffed toy, which is a presence. It's an it. Sometimes I say it's he. I refer to him or him, and they are just its. They are just presents to take up space in my RV. I live in a 26-foot Jayco J-Flight, and I'm at my home base in Central Texas, USA, where I stay most of the time. Now, I used to not do that. I used to just be here a couple of months a year, and the rest of the time I was out seeing the Western USA. The Western USA. So, today I thought I'd do just a quick video about RVing for those of you that are either RVing now or thinking about it and want to know kind of what it's really like living in an RV. You know, traveling in an RV and living in an RV, there's not a big difference. You just do it longer. You just do it all the time. And you know, the things that you'll notice, of course, when you get an RV, no matter what it is, whether it's a travel trailer, whether it's a Class A, B, or C, doesn't matter. They're all recreational vehicles, and that's what they're designed for, is recreation. They're really not designed to be lived in, but a lot of people do. Millions do. And more every day, because the baby boomers are all retired now. That was that big bubble in our population that's was born right after World War II, called baby boomers, and they're all retiring now, or no, most of them are retired, and so they're buying RVs, and some of them are selling their homes and living on the road. So what you're going to find, you know, once you've made your choice and you've acquired your RV, what you're going to find when you go out to these national parks, state parks, Bureau of Land Management, Corps of Engineers, boondocking, Walmart pocket parking lots, or wherever you think you're going to camp, what you're going to find now that you didn't find when I started 23 years ago is a lot more people. All right? And why is that? Well, again, it's the baby boomers is one, and two, there are a lot of people out there that can do their job while they're traveling. In other words, as long as they've got a Wi-Fi or internet connection, you know, they can do their coding or they can do web page designs. All kind of jobs can be done over the internet, and thousands of people are doing it, and right now, and more and more and more and more and more and more are coming. And they're coming in vans that they've converted, and they're living in cars, and they're buying anything they can get, and they're going and living on the road, because that way they don't have to pay their rent, and they can travel at the same time, and I don't blame them. It'd be a great way to live. And what I've noticed in the past couple of years particularly is whenever I go to a national park or a state park, or anywhere else, I guess, for that matter, there's just more people there. It's that simple. I mean, I used to be able to go to Guadalupe Mountains National Park in Texas, and in the tent camping area, there might be 2 other campers, and that's it. Well, that ain't going to happen now. They're full. You know, you go out there now, and you'll find all the tent sites taken. and you can't reserve them. And you can't reserve a spot for an RV either. It's just first come, first serve. And I noticed also the RV parking lot. It's a separate area up on a little hill in the Guadalupe Mountains, but it's been getting crowded too. So you're just going to find that these parks are getting more crowded. And if you check the statistics on Google, do a Google search for national park or state park attendance rates, or even Bureau of Land Management or Corps of Engineers either, you're going to find it's all increased and fairly dramatically in the last 5 to 8 years. The graphs kind of curve up. The most popular national park in the United States is one I would never have thought of. Guess what it is? Smoky Mountains National Park. Yeah, it's way ahead of Yosemite, Grand Canyon by far. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Wouldn't have I didn't know that till I just happened to look at park statistics, and their attendance is much higher at Smoky Mountain National Park than it is anywhere else. And I guess it's because of the proximity to large population cities. But so for you new guys and others too, I remember when I first started, and I'll be brief, is I'd put out my awning, and I had a rug that I rolled out and did all that crap. And I never had the Christmas lights though. I never did that. But yeah, I'd do that. And then it dawned on me I didn't need the damn awning, and so I didn't put it out. It was a pain. I mean, besides a gust of wind, a big gust of wind will put that awning right on the roof of your RV like that. And the little rug is nothing. You don't need it. All it does is it ends up being a water hole, a pool, swimming pool for bugs. So, you'll start off with a lot of things you don't need. Everybody does it. And then you'll pare it down. You'll thin it down to the things that you need. And it'll get to be more predictable and more fun. But just be aware of the fact that the components in an RV, in most RVs, now if you buy a very high-end RV, I'm not speaking to those like Airstream and Prevost. That's a whole nother area. And but for your rank and file RVer that buys a less than $50,000 trailer and a less than $100,000 Class A, B, or C, you will find that the cabinets and the drawers and the hardware on the sinks and bathroom and stuff is not what you had in your home. And the reason is they're not designed for being a home. They're designed for traveling a few weeks a year, and that's it. So whenever you plan your trip now, if you have a need for a hookup of any kind like water, septic, or electric, and you can reserve the site in advance, I would recommend that you do that. Now, most sites at state parks, particularly Texas, New Mexico, all of them do the same thing. They charge you a fee to use their reservation system, and I ain't gonna pay it, but if you're a full-time RVer like I am, and you need hookups, then you will reserve a site, because otherwise you may get there and you won't have any hookups, and there's not another state park for 300 miles. And a lot of people now have figured out the system, so to speak, and they go north in the summer and back down in the south in the summer. So what you'll find is all those places like Glacier National Park in the summer will be very crowded, and then you come back down through into Colorado or wherever, Idaho, and different places, and you're going to find a lot of those places filled up too. And on the coast, on the west coast, off Highway 1, which is a beautiful area, a lot of those places fill up. So, a recommendation is always have, if you need the hookups, have your reserve site, and at least have 2 backups, because you may get there and it's gone. I mean, or they're working on that site, or the water doesn't work, or something. There's a problem with that particular site that you chose, and you can always call and ask, and sometimes they know and sometimes they don't. But RVing is a lot of fun. It's somewhat predictable if you take a lot of time and plan your route. For me, I don't. I just go to, I do plan to go to one location because that's the jumping off point to go to the rest of the western USA, and that's the Guadalupe Mountains National Park in Texas. And that's really the only national park. Well, there's one in Big Bend, but it's kind of way off the beaten path. But once I get to Guadalupe Mountains National Park, then I can go on up in New Mexico, Arizona, or Nevada, wherever the hell I want to go. So it just makes a good jumping off point. But for you new guys, just be prepared for a little learning experience and be prepared for some things getting broken that you didn't pack away properly and your little trailer was flopping up and down or whatever it was doing and those things got broken, or you opened your door and 8 beer cans roll out on the ground because you forgot to secure your refrigerator. So those are the things you'll run into. As far as noise issues and other issues in the park, rarely does that occur. Most campers in national parks and state parks are good folks, and you won't have any problem there. Out on Bureau land, management land, you can run into some strange situations, and on public lands, not often. You may not. You may go out there and there'll be nobody there, and then you may go there and a dozen people show up. But be that as it may, it is fun. It can be frustrating on occasion. Life is just that way. Even if you were staying at home, you could still run into the same petty frustrations that irritate the crap out of you. But overall, I would give it about an 8 on a 10 scale as a way of life. The reason I don't give it a 10 is because, it's the lack of predictability that keeps you a little off balance while you're on the road. You got to get food, you got to get gasoline, blah, blah, blah. And most, like for me, when I'm traveling in my Prius, I got to get water. You got to have a place where you can, for me, take somewhat of a bath outside, but I can do it inside the car if I have to, if the park is that busy. But another thing we've got, in addition to having the ability to work from our RVs now while we're traveling, also they've got thousands of new, I say thousands, well, they've got a lot of new types of RVs now that you can pull with small SUVs. I did a video yesterday on one. I think it's called a Tag and a Little Guy or whatever it was called. And the guy sent me an email today about an A-frame looking little camper that pops up like this. And, that's all interesting, but it won't work for me, even though for me, I'm either going to go in my Prius because it's easy, cheap, and very flexible, or not go, I guess, now, because I'm not going to pull my RV anymore. I'm 71. I don't want to fool with putting the jacks down, hooking it up, backing it in, pulling it out, blah, blah, blah. That's not for me, because when I started doing the Prius camping or going camping in a car about 4 years ago, at first it was crap because nothing was predictable. But once I got it all organized, I knew where stuff was. I knew how to get through the day. I got a routine going. Then it worked out, and I got better and better and better and better and better at it. And now I just throw some stuff in the car, boom, I'm ready to go. Get 50 miles to the gallon. I can camp in tent sites in the Prius, and so camping fees are virtually nothing. Not that I could pay a little more, but I just choose to. I always like to, when you can save a nickel, do it. And besides that, you have more privacy sometimes in the tent camping area than you do in the trailer area or motorhome area. And so anyway, I just thought I'd do this video today for those of you that are into camping and wanted to hear some of the experiences from some of the people that have done it, and particularly this guy. He's a full-timer, and you can tell by now this guy has been on the road for 70 years. You can tell by looking at his eyes. That's that stare you get from driving 12 hours in one day to get to your campsite. And this grinning guy over here, TC, I guess he's smiling because he found a good spot. But anyway, not much else going on in my life, really. And again, I do these videos for my convenience. If somebody happens to get something out of them, that's wonderful. But my name is Rusty. My channel is Rusty78609. I do have a home base in Central Texas, USA. Right now it's 1:24 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it's October the 17th, 2016, and it's a little warm out there right now. It's about 88 degrees, but we've got a cool front coming through on Thursday, or actually Wednesday night, and we'll get back into the 40s and 70s, which is really perfect camping weather, folks, for me. For me, I like it right in that range because you can bundle up at night, and during the day you can take it all off and enjoy the beauty of nature or whatever's around you. But anyway, having said all that, this is red. What can I say? And this is TC, Trenton Clump, and they are both its, and I am an it too, I suppose. But anyway, you guys have a great day. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye, 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 American made when you can. And if you can't make it, then I leave it up to you. I mean, do what you gotta do. Excuse me, I didn't mean to block your view. So, adios, amigos, bye-bye.